Okay, we're going to be picking back up with Emily. Okay, let's come back over here. All right, so I believe Smart Air, if I remember correctly, was just on like an air quality type thing. I think the logo is really nice. The like type combinations are nice. I almost wanted to like take the A just a little bit farther. Maybe just like connect it a little bit farther just so they don't seem as separate. I think it reduces down well, which is great. The very aggressive billboard application, you definitely would notice this. I kind of think that the type needs to change a little bit. Maybe make it shrink down the cloud just a little bit. Or maybe you want to put like breed this question mark. Just simplifying the copy a little bit there. Yeah, I mean, the ad here is definitely working. The Photoshop work is pretty good. I can see where, I mean, obviously I can see where you added the products and stuff, but it's pretty seamless other than that. And this is nice. It would actually exist. I could see it existing in like a real ad. The green is really nice too. Yeah, and I could see that working too. Maybe switching up this one here just because it stands out the most as the most different, unless you maybe want to use, instead of the don't breathe text down there, switching it out to be like the smart font, something just so it's connecting well. But the Illustrator version is pretty neat too. Nice job on this. Yes, that is my child pretending to be a husky on the couch. I'm a full-time mom, so all right, so let's see. I think this was a food one. Yeah. I think the logos were really good. I kind of just am partial to, I like the one with the biggest star. I almost want to see like North Star Nourishing like built into here. I know that's a tough one because you want to include the state as well. It looks great in the blue though. You do have another variation there. I would tighten up the vertical spacing here, so feed the future, tighten up and have less space here. I think that'll help to kind of like make it more congested and let the kids kind of, you could even have it touch over here, like the same line here, and the vertical tension will help. And you can even blow up like 26%. If you blow up the percentage like huge, like maybe like 50%, 25% of, and then let that statistic really stick with people. See, you did it there with that 26%. I think I had mentioned that in one of the our feedback situations. I think the background and everything is working. The feed the future is working. I would just do maybe one large visual, or like even if you did like something like this, maybe like all the way to that gutter line, have like a giant image there, just to kind of take up some space and look a little bit more like an editorial. Nice font combinations though, and the type is size appropriate. Going back to the same look that you had on the billboard, I think it's smart. Yeah, the vector look works for a lot of the things here because you're still connecting enough. I would just say like these two brand colors are working a little bit more, like they're working here. Like when you have like the monochromatic look with the two color system here, I know the website wasn't a requirement, so looks good. Close all my tabs. Okay, this is on adoption. The process. The logo, very professional. See, for me, the illustrations here work better, but honestly, it's just the quality of the illustration. Like if your illustrations aren't quality enough to connect with, you're not going to. Your vector skills here are much more refined than a lot of the ones that I've seen. That is a compliment. So the style of illustrations are working better here. The little logo looks great. The very slight feathering of that drop shadow in the blue looks great. Great typography skills. The mock-ups look awesome. And I know that was your last one. No, I loved it overall. Very consistent. The colors are consistent. And everything was just great across the board. It looks like it took a lot of time and effort on your part, which you should. Okay, Hannah. Okay, so I think yours was on the opioid crisis because I believe the O's were supposed to look like pills. Yeah. Editorial spread. Really nice type management here. Like I like the simple look to it. You could even have like this be a red box, that like pink red. Fill this in and have the fight is far from over in white. It'll help take up some space, and you could even have it go off the right side of the page just to kind of bring your eye off. I like the style of the illustrations here. Very simple, but you get the point, and it's, you know, you still have the element of the pill, especially in this one. So it's like it's smart as well. I think just overall aesthetically, it had a really nice vibe to it. Okay, this one I struggled with a little bit just because it's all so different. The quality is also different. So the logo itself is probably my favorite part. It also makes me kind of like not sure if like it was completely made or if you used maybe like the text to vector generator in Illustrator. You know, you want to be careful of that, because if I look at you as an art director and I'm like, that logo is better than this ad, which it 100% is, you need to be like, well, I could remake that from scratch. And if you can't, then don't use it for your portfolio. So it's just like kind of like a, it's honestly easy to see as a professor. It looks great here as the O, but then again, the rest of the ad aesthetically does not match the level that this logo is. It looks much more refined and polished. So you want to make sure that you can also, you know, make that in a layout. So what I would do here is you can make this image go off the page, not have the white space on the side. You update maybe your typography a little bit. Maybe use some, like you have a nice font here versus it goes back to like the older font here. Maybe just do something like unplanned pregnancy question mark with like, make that a little bit larger, because right now everything kind of has the same weight to it. I mean, and these are the exact same ads, so to give their baby up for adoption. So this one I can see where you were going with the concept. Not that it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but you want it to have the same aesthetic as the rest of the piece too. So I would go for something like, even if it has to be like a tan background, and put unplanned pregnancy with the sonogram, maybe have, you know, a typeface that matches a little bit more the rest of the campaign. And then again, in a social feed, you have text that's underneath your graphic. So you wouldn't need to have all this text in there. You could have your nice graphic and then put the text underneath it, because that could just be typed out. Okay, so some work there. Kirsten. Okay, the Belonging Project. I believe this also was for adoption. Why are we not going anywhere? And she's talking about aging out. So teens and older kids finding time in a family for themselves. I think my favorite, this is probably my favorite one. Just I think the contrast and the imagery is working. I mean, I can see that you have a good grasp on color and positive negative space. Like the mock-up looks great. The placement with your images look great. The logo looks great. This one too, it reduces down well. I think you could do like 20,000 children, maybe do a bold of that, and then have this little bar go off the right hand side versus be in the center, just to give it some visual interest. Same thing here. If you want to just have that be like a design element, it could just go off the left or right side of the page. This one could have it too. Even if you want to put it here and have it go off the left, it'll just kind of like counteract the rest of the ad. But really nice job on like the watercolory background and the consistency for yours. I don't know if I could. I don't think for this one I can fast forward, so we'll just watch it.
Shaping a deaf-friendly America together, and how you can help. America has a problem. Only about 1,000 out of the 131,000 schools in America teach sign language. There's only a little over 80 schools for the deaf in America. America is not a considerate place for the 11 million deaf people who live here. Why? Lack of proper education. Only about 2.8% of Americans know sign language. This means that only 2.8% of Americans can communicate effectively with the deaf population. Why does this matter? This affects everything. The workplace. Only about 53% of the 11 million deaf people in America are employed due to lack of ease of communication. Day-to-day life. A lack of ease of communication can make everything from having a social life to getting groceries incredibly difficult. How can you help? Senators listen to your voice. Your voice has the power to cause great change in America. Message your local senators today and ask for additional funding spent on schools for the deaf and having sign language taught in schools. Your voice can help make an overall more deaf-friendly America. Message your senator today. Logo. Outdoor ad. Social media ad. Print ad. Sketches. Thank you for your help in shaping.
Okay. I don't think I can go back and show it because of the style the presentation's done. I mean, great presentation, execution of the work a little bit lacking. I mean, again, logo was there, just need to minimize those colors, and really work on getting a lot less text and a lot more visuals for something like this. Like, definitely you could do, like, even if you pick like a for your social, if you want to do like a picture of a student with obviously like an earpiece, something that's noticeable with like your prompt in there with your logo real small. Just working on getting the creative more finished. Again, it's tough to critique it when I can't go back and kind of pause it. That's just how the style was done. All right, last one we are going to go over, and then we're finished. Now let's go over these. This is actually a really good one, Stevens. Oops, I think I have Claire's in there too. I don't think we saw this one, so let's look at this one too. See the change. Sorry about that. I actually had it in the wrong folder. I liked this one a lot. It kind of has that collage feel with like the ripped paper in it. Save the Ocean. I thought the tail being the V and still being readable and having the updated type really helps. And I love the whole how you have just like the inner shadow and the really faint see the change. I thought it was a really nicely done. And this is again an example of an illustrative style that works. Like when the illustrative style isn't working, it's kind of looking a little bit primary, but yours, I just thought the style was working. It's a nice job on that. Okay, and I think this was Stevens. Let's see. I believe it was on adoption process. My favorite one is definitely this one, No Expiration Family. I think it's awesome with the pop art style. You'll definitely won't forget seeing it. Maybe make the ghosted. Sorry, it's my last one, so my brain's not working. Maybe lighten up the black a little bit. Maybe make it like just 10% lighter, just to give it a little bit of a variance there. I think it looks awesome. The type is very on point for the style that you're going for. Editorial spread, I would get rid of all the black lines. I think that they're like really big stopping points. So for example, if this is the edge of your page, just have this whole thing go off the edges, minus like where you wouldn't want to read the text or have it get caught in the gutter, and just take off all the black lines. Other than that, I mean, the type's well managed, but those thick black lines are really kind of getting in the way. Yeah. Here, you already have the thick black line on the bursts, so I don't even think you need it here if you want to just let it end. But other than that, I mean, the campaign was awesome. All right, that's everybody's. Okay, thank you so much for a great class. Again, I will get all the finals graded and out to you guys as soon as I can. Some are still rolling in late, so I'll have grades up when I have them up. But watch for your emails, and I will send a link just like this. I wish you all the best break and get some rest. Thank you.